We have a serious issue here, guys, and we have to address it now. According to research, 9% of the people living in the UK have no savings at all. This number goes up to 53% among those aged between 22 and 29 years old. That's more than half. This means that these people would have to borrow money for unexpected expenses coming their way. Even worse, 1/3 of Brits have less than £600 to their name, while 40% don't have enough savings to live for 1 month without income. And when you ask why, 40% said that they don't earn enough money, while 2/3 admitted not to have any financial plan in place. With this information, we can safely say that the Brits are just not saving enough money. Therefore, I decided to dig even deeper to find the saving rates in the UK. That's when I came across this chart. From 2017 until the end of 2019, the average household in the UK was saving between 5.5 and 6% of their income, which is very low. However, in the first quarter of 2020, that saving rate went up to 8.6%. This is due to the global situation we are facing in 2020, meaning that people felt more unsafe, and as a result they decided to save a bit more than usual. This tells me that people can and do cut back if needed. But as soon as things start to look optimistic, they go back to their old habits and start saving less. We could blame the economy and lack of wage growth for all this, but I really believe that it is up to us to take personal responsibility not only to learn about savings, but also to do the best we can with the income we have. So I want to use this video to share with you how exactly I manage to save money every month, but also how I make sure not to spend what I save. This took me from being completely broke and living paycheck to where I am today, having the peace of mind that no matter what happens, I know that I have enough money to cover me for at least 1 year. These are easy steps that you can implement from today, regardless where you live, and they will take you way faster than you think, from that feeling of guilt and constant stress that comes with financial struggle to the feeling of pride, comfort and relief that you feel with financial security. So, without further ado, smash that like button and let's get into it. The first thing to do is to find the mistakes that stopped you from saving until now. For that, you need to take your last month's statement and find expenses that you can cut in the future. This is the exact step I took when I noticed that I was not able to save anymore and that I was spending even more than what I was making. So I divided my expenses into 4 categories. The first one was my necessary expenses. This included my rent, bills and car costs. You may think that these are expenses that you cannot reduce. However, I went online to check deals from other providers and I found a few that offered lower prices for my phone contract, for my internet and for my water. So I called my providers and told them that unless they match the price of their competitors, they will lose me as a client. Just by doing this, I managed to save around £50 a month. The second category is food and house essentials. Here I try to experiment with different supermarket and grocery stores to see who has the best offers. I quickly realized that different stores have better offers on specific items. As an example, I know exactly which store have the best offers for my toothpaste and I will buy it only from there. I will not name any store here, but if you try a new one every week, you will quickly find those who have the best offers. The third category is my subscriptions. Here I had Netflix, Amazon Prime, Dropbox, Spotify and even other stuff that I don't remember. The thing is, when you look at them individually, you say that £7, £8 or even £10 is not that much per month. But by adding them all, I realized that I was spending more than £40 a month on these subscriptions. That's almost £500 a year. I had to take action, so I decided to cancel all my subscriptions except Netflix. The fourth category is for my extras. This included everything from eating out, going on a weekend somewhere, buying clothes, in other words, anything that is not essential. I realized that I was spending way too much on this, so I created a limited monthly budget that would allow me to still have a good quality of life without going completely wild on spending. Now, after realizing what I've done wrong, the next step is to make a new, improved budget. The goal here was to make sure I have some spare money that I can save. The biggest secret when it comes to saving money is to always save when you receive your paycheck. This is called paying yourself first, and those who don't do it will have no savings regardless of how much they make. Now, to make sure I don't spend my savings, I opened a saving account with a different bank to the one where I have my current account. Before doing this, whenever I opened my online banking, I would always see all my account displayed, even my saving account. This made it easier for me to move back money from my saving account to my current account if I was tempted to buy something. But when I opened my saving account with another bank, that temptation was way easier to control. Because now when I log into my online banking, I only see my current account. Another feature that a saving account should have is stopping you from withdrawing the money straight away. As an example, I need to give 24-hour notice if I want to withdraw any sum of money from my saving account. The idea behind it is that whenever you want to break a bad habit, in my case spending money I should not spend, you have to put as many obstacles as possible between you and the habit you want to break. Therefore, having delayed access to my saving account that is with another bank to the one I have my current account in helps me protect my savings from daily temptations. Okay, you followed all these steps, the month went by and you managed to save some money. Well done. Now it's important to redo all these steps once again. Analyze your statements and find your mistakes, because what can be measured can also be improved. Then make a better budget and save even more. You have to do this every month to build momentum and to make sure that saving becomes a habit for you. One other trick that I use to make sure I don't touch my savings is to always keep an extra £1,000, and I call it my cushion. I usually keep it in my current account and I only use it for emergencies. Therefore, if something comes up like having to buy a new tire, instead to having to use my savings, I will use my cushion. Now that I shared with you the exact system I use to save money, I want to share with you the mental tricks that I use to make sure I save more and I don't spend what I save. The first thing is to know, why am I saving? In my case, money represents freedom. The more money I save, the more freedom I have. Knowing that if I stop working I have enough savings to survive 1 year makes me feel more relaxed and allows me to take more risk. So whenever I want to buy something, I ask myself, is it worth more than my freedom? So ask yourself, what is your why? Find that reason that has more value to you than almost anything you can buy. Truth is that unless you know why you are saving, it's very hard to save just to save. Another trick to control those spontaneous temptations is that I never buy something I was not intending to buy on the same day. Let's say I need some shoes and I go out shopping, but I see this great jacket that is 50% off. No matter how tempted I am, I will hold myself from buying it for at least 24 hours. This gives me time to think it over and see if I really need the item or not. More often than not, I will end up not buying the item at all. Also, I never spend money from my current account except from my essential expenses. So if I decide to go ahead and buy that jacket, I have to transfer the money from my current account to another account that I use for this kind of expenses. This is for the same reason I mentioned earlier, putting as many steps as possible between me and my bad habits. It also makes it simpler for me to see how much I spent on non-essential stuff, therefore making it easier to improve my budget. Now, click on this video right here, you will see exactly how I make and improve my budget, and if you do the same, you will finally feel in control of your finances. I see you over there.